the movies nowadays. Given this past, couple of years and where things have gone, it would be a good follow-up program.
Yeah, right. Well, but see, as I was saying before, these are two separate things. Belief systems are separate from the bureaucratic nature of the church. And, it's an organisation. But Fintan O'Toole was saying that it doesn't make any difference what the organisation does. Even if the Vatican was blown up tomorrow, people would still believe what they believe. And, the church doesn't really care, because as is apparent if you read the papers this last few... I made another program one time. You weren't involved in it, Rachel, but I wouldn't mind playing it sometime. We did a program for Radio 4 again about Vatican Radio.
Yeah.
Right? Vatican Radio is the most amazing thing in the world. And I was ill prepared for it. I just kind of read a couple of books about Vatican Radio and stuff like that. So we went to Rome. And I walked in, it was this building, Vatican Radio, and I walked in, and I suddenly saw this thing on the wall. I couldn't believe what it was. It was clocking in. Now, do you remember, anybody remember factories? You used to clock in your time card. And I said, what's that for? I said, that's people clock in. I said, clock in to the radio? And I suddenly realised most of the broadcasters are Jesuits. And from every country in the world. So you walk down a corridor and you see all these doors. And on one door it says Saudi Arabia. And the other door it says Hungary. The other door it says Poland, United States, Canada, England, whatever, Mongolia. And I was, the girl, the producer, who rates this role, she said to me, so we're going to talk to these people from as many countries as possible. I said, hold on a minute. When I talk to somebody from Poland, they will assume that I know the history of the Catholic Church in Poland. What can I talk to them about? So I suddenly realised I couldn't talk to these people at all. So I tried to talk to the ones that I kind of knew a wee bit about. And it was the most difficult program I've ever done, trying to get a feel of what it's like to be in Vatican Radio, that whole kind of communications thing. But the most interesting thing was there was no cafe. They had a coffee machine, right? And all these people are all standing around talking, that water cooler moment, and they're all sitting around talking, but they're all talking in English. There's people from Guinea, New Guinea, Argentina. It was great, best thing in the world. But the thing that really I loved, the key to the whole thing, I couldn't record it at all because the guys wouldn't let me do it. I was talking to this cardinal. I won't tell you his name. We're talking about the usual thing, what about AIDS in Africa, and what about these condoms, wouldn't it be handy to give them out if you... No, we can't do that kind of thing. Talking about all that stuff and about libertarianism and all this kind of stuff in South America. You see, so we finished the conversation we had, which was interesting enough. And then he sat down and he said, I can't do it. He said, is the machine off? I said, yes, it's off. He said, you're approaching this in all the wrong way. I said, in what way? He said, the Catholic Church, we don't think in terms of years or decades. We think in terms of the centuries. He said, this AIDS thing, it needs to go away. I said, well, but what's the point of, and always you don't really care. He said, just between you and I. He said, no, everything is transient. What matters is the big picture. The big picture. What happens in 100 years, that's what I care about. I said, well, if you're not worried about AIDS, you're not worried about women in the priesthood, you're not worried about anything at all. I said, well, what are you concerning yourself with? He said, what we are concerned ourselves at the moment, if for instance, how we would react if we discovered life on other planets. I said, that's a big one.